you have? So, good evening to all of you. So, yesterday we have gone through the fundamental and basic aspects of space technology, yes, and we have seen about there is something is happening in the low Earth orbit, which is at the height of. Everyone is here. Good evening to all of you. Good evening. So, just I am giving a little recap of the last class, and thereafter we will keep on enjoying the class. I said that in the orbit we have been able to see in the low Earth orbit there are I said that satellite which are equipped with the high resolution and then high quality cameras, yes or no, that they are taking the different pictures, photographs. And thereafter, if you have seen in the that is, and it is in the range of 300 to what I say the 400 to 2000 kilometer. It can be 300, it can be 200, but at the same time, why it is 400 to 2000, that I have discussed, that there is an atmospheric drag below 400 kilometer is more, and around 2000 kilometer there is, I said that ionized particles are there, there is a Van Allen belt that can destroy the electronic equipments of missiles, satellites. And we have been able to see, like I said, that at the height of 36,000 kilometer around, there is a geosynchronous Earth orbit, that is I always say around 36,000 kilometer, because 35,786 it's a little looking like for a teacher to speak something in the flow, somewhere it is looking like tongue twister. So 36,000 kilometer, and there will be, for such an height, there will be a transponder which is working for, I said that, telecommunication and broadcasting, but at the same time there are the camera which is which takes the larger picture, that it is talking about cyclone, talking about, I said that you can be able to see the weather phenomena of monsoon and all these things, that they are also taking the picture from there and also maintaining that giving the data to the downward. Clear? So, next one I am talking about the next point, and in the medium Earth orbit there is some cameras are also there, and there is also we can be able to say there is also transponders which can together work for the navigation, and the world global navigation satellites like GPS is the global of USA, and Galileo of Europe, it is, I said that it is a global navigation satellites, and that is GLONASS, global navigation satellite system of Russia, and BDS system is BDAO satellite system of China. They are, I said that, global level, they are giving, I said that, position of every countries of the world, and India has I did not talk about too much, but I said that it is only, I said that IRNSS, yes, not more than that I said. Now today, then yesterday I have started with the low Earth orbit. Good evening to all of you, good evening, good evening. So I am going to start with this low Earth orbit, and as I said yesterday, I have given some idea yesterday about that it should be from the 400 kilometer to 2000 kilometer. I have said that why it is so, and at the same time why do the satellites are moving in a particular orbit with a certain speed but not falling towards the earth. These are the reasons we also understood. So these are the low earth orbit, this is the height of it, but at the same time I said that there are the two types of orbit under it. There are the two types of orbit under it, and we can be able to say that there is in a polar orbit and polar orbit we can say, and another it is I said that sun synchronous polar orbit. Okay. So the polar orbit and sun synchronous, these are the two types of orbits are at the low earth orbit, and we can be able to talk like I said they are moving at a 400, and generally the sun synchronous polar orbit it is at the height of 620 kilometer. And the polar orbit, let us see that suppose this is your, I said that earth has in a system, and I said that a satellite is there, and if it is moving from north to south pole, if it is revolving from north to south pole, if it is revolving north to south pole, it is known as polar orbit. Simple. But in the low earth orbit, a satellite is revolving around earth covering north to south pole, is it okay? Covering north to south pole, it is known as polar orbit. So it's a very simple understanding is there that I said it is a polar orbit means I said a satellite revolving around earth in low earth orbit covering north pole to south pole. Okay, in the low earth orbit, and it is moving from the, I said that simple, it is north pole to south pole. This is polar orbit, there is nothing to say anything about it, nothing to say anything more than this. But another point it is I said that sun synchronous. Acha, suppose karo, just my question is there, and I can say you like, I can show you some you can see that one satellite which is moving from pole to pole, one satellite which is moving pole to pole, this is known as a polar orbit. Clear? These are what I said that, and if it is moving in the low earth orbit, it should move in the low earth orbit and it is in a polar orbit, and perhaps you are able to say that it is in a circular orbit. Yes or not? It is in a circular orbit. So the next point I said that polar orbit, and another point I said that I have to go towards. So can you say that sometimes this polar orbit it will be in front of the sun, sometimes when it is rotating from pole to pole, the sometimes when it is here, suppose you are all of your sun, and here when it is coming here, the sometimes when it will be there, there will be a day, and when it will be the day, it will be able to take the good picture. When it is going back in the dark side, it will not be able to take the good picture. The good picture will be possible when the sunlight is available. Good picture is possible when the sunlight is available. So when you are taking in a photograph during the sunlight, it will provide you better picture. So I said that let us see like I said, so in polar orbit, that is the part of low earth orbit, sometime satellite will be in sunlight and sometimes satellite will be in dark, and in the presence of sunlight, in the presence of sunlight, it will be, this satellite will be able to take good picture. Okay. Now the point came here. Sometimes it is in the back, sometimes it is in the front of the sunlight. So there is one concept came, sun synchronous polar orbit, and it comes like I said that sun synchronous polar orbit, sun synchronous polar orbit. So what happened? I am talking about sun synchronous polar orbit. I say that there will be in a time that it is, I said that listen me carefully. So that Earth also keep on revolving around the sun, and it is also, you know, that it is also rotating on its axis. Earth is also rotating on its axis. So what happened? Suppose here is the sun, Vikram. Bring that bottle, take this bottle. Take this bottle. Suppose I said that sun synchronous, if I am talking about, put it down, if I am talking about sun synchronous, what does it mean? Means satellites should synchronize with sun. Satellite should synchronize with sun. Means satellite, whenever the satellite is revolving around the earth, it should always, listen me carefully, it should always in front of the sun. Their movement should be like that, it should be polar, but at the same time it should be always in front of the sun. Means synchronize, sun synchronous polar orbit. Means it should synchronize with the sun always, it should never go into the dark, that much. Do not think too much, you should not be the master of it, you should be general aware about it. I said that you should synchronize with this, listen me here. So I said that suppose this is the sun, and here and throughout the year, suppose this is the sun and sun is giving sunlight over here. Understood it? And then my satellite should move like I said this way, so that it is in front of the sun, it is in front of the sun. Now after 3 months that earth has come over here, so accordingly this portion is facing the sun, then our satellite will keep on revolving in this position. And after 3 months again that earth will come over here, and then our satellite should keep on revolving. It should always look, I said that from the sun side it is always looking that it is never it go back in the dark. It always, if the again earth come over here, it will keep on revolving like this. Means in the 365 days, every time it is looking like it is in front of the sun, and the same kind of movement is taking place. Again, what the word is this? Sun synchronous polar orbit. Why the sun is synchronized? Means I said that if it is in the sun synchronous, means satellite will keep on taking picture 24 hours, because in the sunlight there will be a good picture. In the sunlight there will be a good picture. If it is going in the back, it will not be able to take the good picture. So if I say that, you can be able to see this, you just watch this one, that if you watch it, that earth rotating on its axis, and I said that revolving around the sun. When it is revolving around the sun, you can be able to see that a particular portion is always the satellite revolution around the earth is always, we can see the revolution of the satellite always from the sun. So with respect to the sun, satellite is always looking like that it is moving in the same fashion and it is in front of the sun. So what is the definition of sun synchronous polar orbit? What it says about, again you can see another, I said that here it is, if the satellite is moving, then they keep on, I said that always it is in the light. Their movement should be such that every day whenever it is rotating, it should take, I said that always come in the sun. Sun should be always there. Therefore, we can say that it is in a sun synchronous polar orbit. And if it is a sun synchronous polar orbit, if I am talking about, I said sun synchronous polar orbit means, what is the meaning of sun synchronous polar orbit? I said that a satellite moving in polar orbit in such a way that it always look moving in the same way, with respect to sun. It always look revolving in the same way with respect to sun. With respect to sun, it is always looking like that. If it is, I said that you can also assume me that it is, I said if it is moving here, if it is, so if I am I said that suppose sun, then in front of it, it is moving like this, yes or not? So again the sun and the earth is keep on, I said that earth is keep on, I said that revolving around the sun, but from the sun side, if I say that it is always looking in the same position, it is not changing its position. So it is always in the light. It is not going at the back. It is always moving in the same way with respect to sun. It is always moving in the same way with respect to, I said that sun synchronous. So the satellite 24 hours, 365 days will be in front of the sun, and every day it will take the picture. So in the same way, and 24 into 365, it will be in light. Understood it? And if it will be in the light, then it will be able to take picture always. So it is able to take picture always it is taking the picture. Yes, suppose listen me very carefully. If it is coming to India, suppose I said that if it is rotating, and if it is coming to India, I said that suppose Maharashtra or Deccan Plateau, if it is coming to India, Maharashtra, Deccan Plateau at 10 am, and if it is, I said that rotating, or earth is also rotating the same way, again the next day in the next day at Maharashtra or Deccan Plateau at 10 am it will come, and it will take the picture at 10 am of India. Understood? Suppose after, if the earth is rotating and again it goes back and again it return back, now it will take the picture of Africa. It will take the picture of Africa because its rotation period, it is very 90 minutes, 1.5 hour to 2 hours. Its one rotation period, one revolution period is only 1.5 hour to 2 hours, 90 minutes to 120. Some book is writing about 87 minutes to 127 minutes, does not, no need to remember like this. I said that 90 to 120 minutes, 1.5 hour, because it is nearer and it is moving very fast, so it is able to complete. So next, again it come at after India at 10 am, it come to Africa. Suppose Nigeria, it is taking a picture of Nigeria and coming over there at 12, suppose, and 12 noon, and then it is again after 2 hours it come at 2 p.m. it is taking the picture of Brazil. And again it is coming and taking some picture of North America, USA. So it is keep on rotating, it is always in the picture, and it is taking the pictures of so many countries of the world. And it is stored in the datas of India. India is storing all this data. So 24 into 365 days it is to take the picture. Sure, I will try beta. I said that I say that every day with respect to any position it will come at the same time. It will come over the any position of the earth at the same time. That is again another quality. Every day at a particular time, every day at a particular time, always satellite will be overhead. Satellite will be overhead. It is clear? So this sun synchronous polar orbit, I said that this satellite is coming and covering which one? At 10 am I said that suppose this. So there will be another sun synchronous polar orbit who is taking the picture at 12 p.m. of India, 12 noon. Another will be also sun synchronous. So there will be because these are taking pictures or photographs of a small area. And I have to cover the pictures and photographs of the whole India. Because it is covering a small area, so I should have many satellites to be moving in the sun synchronous polar orbit, because I have to cover the, I said that I have to cover the picture at 6 am, I have to cover the picture at I said that 8 am, I have to cover the picture at, because it is covering into 2 hours na? So I have to cover the picture at 10 am, 12 noon, then 2 pm, 4 pm, 6 pm. By that there will be light. So I should have a satellite for every reason. I should have a satellite which come at 6 am, which come at 8 am, which come at 10 am, 12 noon, and at every other time. It means I should have several remote sensing satellites, sun synchronous polar orbit to cover the whole India at a different time. At a different time. Getting my point? I said that therefore we can be able to say that we will have a lots of picture not of India, it is also going to the other parts of the world. Here you can be able to see this picture. Here you can see this picture. Suppose this satellite which is moving, if you are able to say that it is coming to the, I said that some parts of Russia here. Here it comes at Russia. Then again it is coming and then covering the Southeast Asian region then it is coming to India, it covers, and then it is going to the Saudi Arabia, it covers, then it covers the some region of Egypt and Africa some region, and then it is covering some region of Europe and Africa, then it is covering the some picture of Atlantic Ocean, then it is covering the some picture again Atlantic Ocean, then it is coming and the covering some North American photos, again North American South. So this way in one day it moves several times. It moves I said that several times and take the pictures of the several parts of the world. And if it is able to take the pictures of the several parts of the world, we can be able to say that there will be several Irs Satellites in Sun synchronous polar orbit. There should be several Irs satellites, Indian remote sensing, having the ability to take the better picture of different aspects, and this is the quality that it is maintaining. So, and these photographs, all photographs of India and different countries of the world, and all the photographs are taken in the light. This is the importance of it. Different countries of the world are stored. कहाँ स्टोर किए जाते हैं? I said that, ध्यान से देखिएगा. There is a Department of Space. Under this Department of Space, there is a natural resource management system, NNRMS. So, the Department of Space, under this there is a National Natural Resource Management System, NNRMS, and under this there is a national, I said that there is a National Remote Sensing Center, National NRSC or NRSA means National Remote Sensing Center. So, we have I said that it is situated in Hyderabad. This NRSC is situated in Hyderabad, and if I say this is at the national level at Hyderabad, there is an NRSC, and his job is to take all the picture of Indian remote sensing satellite, all the pictures. So, he will store this picture. Who will store this picture? NRSC, National Remote Sensing Center, National Remote Sensing Sector, the pictures of it, and this NRSC, ये किसके अंडर में आ रहा है? डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्पेस एंड देयर आफ्टर नेशनल natural resource management system, and there is an NRSC, and this he is giving all this data to one of the Antriksh. It is a commercial unit, commercial unit of ISRO. It is a commercial unit of ISRO, and what he does, there is a one geo web portal, there is a geo web portal, its name is Bhuvan, and all these pictures are loaded in the Bhuvan, and Antriksh is selling, means we are getting revenue from there, So, IRS, again I said that what is the sun synchronous polar orbit? The most important part is not the polar orbit is very simple. Any satellite moving in the low earth orbit covering north to south, they are known as polar orbit, but there is a sun synchronous polar orbit. In case of polar orbit, what can happen? Satellite go in the light also, and it can go into the dark. Yes or not? It can go in the light also, it can go in the dark, and I have said that it generally takes 90 minutes to 120 minutes, one revolution period of this satellite, revolution period of this satellite is 90 to 120 minutes, means 1.5 hour to 2 hours. If it is 1.5 hour to 2 hours, then you can think of, if it is 2 hours, in 24 hours 12 times it will revolve. So at least 12 times it will revolve and keep on revolving and taking the pictures of the whole parts of the world, several countries of the world. And not only one satellite is moving, there are several satellites moving. So polar orbit is clear, I said that, and especially we are launching not polar orbit, we are launching sun synchronous polar orbit. And why sun synchronous polar orbit? Because, and it is at the height of 620 kilometer. यदि आपसे कोई पूछे what is the height of sun synchronous polar orbit, it is 620 kilometer and above. So the most of the satellites of India in the low earth orbit is moving from 620 to around 900 kilometer or 800 kilometer, you can say that. Our 90% of the satellite in the low earth orbit, it moves into the 600 to 9. यदि बोला जाए low earth orbit is extended from 400 to, I said that 400 to 2000. Why do the satellites are moving mostly in the 600 to, I said that 900 kilometer? Then you have to say the answer. Because at this height, there is some rotation revolution period, and then at this height what happened, if it is moving, then it is always in front of the sun and it is able to take the picture 24 into 7, 24 into 365 we can say. So it is taking always the picture of the different parts of the world, and then the satellite is able to work better way. If it will be in the dark, it will be useless because it will not take the better pictures. So most of the satellite of India, it is in the sun synchronous. Sun synchronous. I said that perhaps sun synchronous polar orbit is clear. So again I said that low earth orbit 400 kilometer to 2000 kilometer, it is polar orbit. And what is the meaning of satellite revolving around earth in the low earth orbit, north pole to south pole, we can say polar orbit. But sun synchronous polar orbit, what does it mean? What is the meaning of it? It's simply, I said that it is on a polar orbit in which I said that satellites are moving in such a way that where it is always synchronized with the sun, means always moving, it is looking like the same way it is moving in front of the sun. तो वो कभी सन से हटता ही नहीं, it never goes away from the sun, always it looks from the sun throughout 365 days. So therefore it is known as sun synchronous polar orbit. And another character of this sun synchronous polar orbit is that every day, if it is at suppose 6 AM it is coming into Jharkhand, then the next day 6 AM it is coming above Jharkhand, and the next day it is coming above Jharkhand, and 8 AM it is coming over Chhattisgarh and Odisha, then it will take the picture of Chhattisgarh, Odisha every day. And at 12, if it is, I said that 12 AM, another sun synchronous polar 10 AM, 12 AM, whatever the time is there, they will be at the fixed time, it will be overhead and take the better picture of the different. So this is the quality of sun synchronous polar orbit. Therefore, most of the satellites are moving in this region. So we can be able to understand that this, those who are late entry, they can also understand a bit of it. And what is the revolution period is 90 to 120 minutes, and I said that sun synchronous polar orbit. So there are the two types of orbit in the low earth orbit. We have come to know about, there are so many questions in the mains can raise. So many questions in the mains can raise. Understood it? One question today I said that, yesterday you come to know that lower earth orbit is better in the what 400 to 2000. But why most of the Irs satellites are moving in 600 to 900? Now you have to answer accordingly. The one, it is sun synchronous, yes or not? Because it is always in front of the sun, 24 into 365, it will be able to take the picture, yes or not? And another point it is, I said that every day at the same time it will be overhead that particular geographical position. Clear? So the next point, if I say that, and all this I said that Department of Space, is means under the ministry, if we will say that there is a department of space is there, understood, and department of space will have a national natural resource management system, understood it, and there will be natural and there will be under the national natural resource management there will be NRSC, there is a national remote sensing center. All the data of IRS is collected by NRSC situated at Hyderabad, National Remote Sensing Center, NRSC, National Remote Sensing Center, IRS data. If question asked which is the who is collecting all the data of IRS, so you can be able to say the National Remote Sensing Center. Clear hai? Later on I will add more regional centers also later on. So this is the way that we have been able to see, and this NRSC is giving, I said that it is giving Antriksh data to the Antriksh at a commercial unit who is connecting to the different countries, foreign countries of the world, and there is the photographs which is on the web portal of Bhuvan, it is, I said that, sold over there. So the next part that it is, I said that which satellite moves in the low Earth orbit, which satellite, I think all of you know that which satellite moves in low Earth orbit, and the answer is IRS, Indian Remote Sensing Satellite. Now the next part it is, I said that significance of satellites moving in low Earth orbit, significance. So the first significance we are going to see that it is and first the IRS, let me see that which are the satellite. IRS satellites are like, I have to see that which satellites first, then I said that which are the IRS satellites. If you have heard about IRS satellites, if you have heard about resource sat, it is in a taking in a picture of, I said that highly sensitively, highly resolution resource. It can be a forest resource, it can be an agriculture resource, it can be an, I said that water resource, it can be a mineral resource, it can be an every kind of resource, it will take the picture. Another, I say that you can be able to see Cartosat. It is for the topographic, it is for the cartography, you know that topography, and he is also taking the picture of forest and all. So cartography means, I said that mapping, carto means mapping, and another it is, I said that ocean sat. Ocean sat, it is taking the picture of oceans, what is the temperature of the ocean, how do the winds are moving over the ocean, how do the monsoon is moving over the ocean. One meteorological sat it in the geo always, but ocean, if it is something, you know that the southwest monsoon come from the Arabian Sea and then Bay of Bengal, so it is also taking the picture of it. Whatever it is happening over the ocean, it is taking the picture. I will tell you about this. Ocean sat, it is also taking the pictures of the ocean, how do the what is the temperature of the ocean water, what is the speed of wind over the water, how do the cyclone is moving over the ocean, how do they are also taking the, and then monsoon on, so monsoon is moving. At the same time he will take the picture of the ocean below. Let us see, below there will be something in the resource form, they will also take the picture of below the ocean some of the resources, maybe a fisheries, maybe I said that mineral resource in the ocean, they will also take the picture of it. And so there will be also, I said RESAT, radar imaging satellite, radar imaging, so it will also take the picture of radars. It will help in, I said that helping in, I said that border area to be compact, so that none of the infiltration is taking place. This radar imaging satellite will, if any infiltration, we will come to know about it. So RESAT, and this RESAT I will discuss in the RESAT later on. HISIS, hyper spectral imaging satellite we will have to see, and there is, I said that another one, it is AMISat. So, this reset HISIS AMISat is very important for the 2019. So, we will have to discuss in detail. I will discuss in the detail. So, these are the satellites which are moving into the IRS satellites, and the measure I have talked about. What is the job of now? I am talking about which are the satellites? Just tell me first. ResourceSat, Cartosat, OceanSat, and not we have only one Cartosat, there is a different also, one Cartosat 1, Cartosat 2, ResourceSat, OceanSat in the 1, 2, 3 like this, ReSat, HISAT. HISIS means hyperspectral imaging satellite. I will discuss it in the detail. ReSat I will discuss in detail later on when I will do Indian space program. And I said that AMISat, electromagnetic imaging satellite. I will give the some little bit idea now. If I am talking about resource, if I am talking about ResourceSat, so it is a different resource of the country, different resources of country. It is taking the photography of different resources of the country. Then it is, I said that Cartosat, it is the mapping of the country, mapping. Understood? Another, if we can be able to say that OceanSat, it is wind over ocean, how it is moving, temperature of the ocean, yes, current, ocean current, current of ocean, and it will take the picture of cyclone, monsoon moving over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. It will also take the picture of, so perhaps it is clear that it will take the picture of wind movement, and you know that suppose this is in India, and here it is the equator, and then the southeast trade wind crosses the equator, it becomes southwest monsoon. So, it will take the picture how it is moving and how it is moving towards India, and how do the southwest monsoon behavior is there. So, it will also take the picture of cyclone, wind movement, ocean current movement, everything that it is the taking the picture. But at the same time, you know that if we will go into the continental shelf, you know that there is a producer, you know that what is producer? In the environment and ecology that you should know, there is a producer means plant, means the plant is making food with the help of photosynthesis, and this is eaten by consumers. So, that it is in a herbivores, and there is in a carnivores, omnivores, the different consumers are there. So, the first label should be the producer, which can be, I said that go into in a particular ecological chain, food chain. Similarly, into the ocean there is a producer, producers are known as phytoplankton. And then phytoplanktons are eaten by zooplankton. Phyto means plant, or plankton is very minute small things are there like this microorganism, they floating over the ocean surface, and it is eaten by zooplankton, animal plankton, and it is eaten by other small fishes and big fishes, and the same the chain goes over there, maybe a crustaceans, everyone it goes. So, it also assesses this OceanSat also assesses what? I said that it is a phytoplankton growth, chlorophyll, etc. phytoplankton, chlorophyll, etc. All these things. So you can think of, if suppose phytoplankton decreases, what does it mean? If the phytoplankton decreases, it means that the zooplankton will die, and then the small fishes, the amount of fisheries, means the resource of the ocean, that aquatic resources of the ocean, marine, it will start decreasing, and it will create a problem. Because you know that phytoplankton making food means it is absorbing carbon dioxide, and I can tell you that the carbon dioxide is more absorbed by ocean in comparison to the trees on the land and plants on the land. The largest absorber of carbon dioxide, it is ocean, and if the phytoplankton in the ocean is decreasing, it means somewhere problem, carbon dioxide will remain more into the atmosphere. It can cause climate change and global warming. So we are also checking everywhere that presence of phytoplankton, chlorophyll, how much food they are making. Kalpana satellite is moving in geo, beta. Kalpana satellite is moving in geo. I did not say it is moving in geo. Kalpana satellite is moving in geo. Indian no satellite is moving in the MEO. Beta, only I have said the better large picture, very large picture, cyclone length or diameter is 1000 kilometer, 600 kilometer. So that picture will be taken by Kalpana. But even then a small movement of wind, you know that it is not only one character, the largest aspect, we are not studying from one side, but the largest picture of meteorological satellite Kalpana 1 is in the geo. Kalpana 1 is in the geo, but I can also one satellite in the LEO, low earth orbit, we have set for the ocean, and if on the ocean when the wind is moving, then I can take the picture, and this wind movement in the ocean, it is also southwest monsoon, it is also, I said that cyclone, so it is also taking the picture, but it is not able to take the picture large, it is able to take the small aspects, it is not taking the all aspects of monsoon, and it is not able to take the all aspects of, I said that cyclone. It is clear, some of the characters he can take, and yesterday I said only navigation satellite of the I said Europe, USA and Russia, GLONASS and the BDS system of China, it is in the MEO. Indian no satellite is in the MEO. I did not say beta. NRSA, full form is National Remote Sensing Agency. NRSA, full form is National Remote Sensing Agency. If I said here, it is, I said that it is a National Remote Sensing Center or it is National Remote Sensing Agency. Both are same. You can say center also, you can say agency also. Yes, beta, we have large storage, we have a supercomputers, very small, we have a when you will study something in information technology and computers, there will be a supercomputers will be there. And then there is a high level of data storage at the several level. So we will have to study this, there is a large data are there. Suppose I have stored the data of, you know that sometime it has been said that 90 years back this happened, and this is the this year is the largest, that this day has the highest temperature ever. How do we say that we have the highest temperature in the last 3 decades, in the last half century, in the 1 century? Because we have all the datas in the different way we have. Right now we have very technologically very smart, so we can put all the data, it is not taking too much space beta. In the most of the university we have also, there is, and I said that there is a data centers, we are putting the collecting the datas. So datas are there, the government datas are stored at several places. Clear? Cloud computing, if you have heard about. So the datas and the several concepts are there that we will see that how it works into the information technology. Ocean sat beta, all these ocean sat, it is I have said meteorological satellite. I said that, listen me, there is a Kalpana 1 meteorological satellite, he is taking large picture and a large picture of our Bay of Bengal, large picture of Bay of Bengal, okay. But if I have to take a small picture of how fast wind is moving in the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, so that will be taken this monsoon. At the larger labor, we are taking in a meteorological satellite Kalpana 1 in the geosynchronous earth orbit 36,000 kilometer. But if I have to see small datas about the monsoon, so who can take? Ocean sat. What is the meaning of ocean sat? A satellite which is taking the picture of ocean, and in the ocean there are the winds are moving and the southwest monsoon there are this, and then all picture that it is a large picture of monsoon is not taking, it is a small idea of aspects of it is taking. So you can't say completely, हमने कल भी बताया था, yesterday I said that some camera will be, means if I say that, if I say temperate grassland, what does it mean temperate grassland? It doesn't mean that it is in a temperate grassland. Only means I said that there will be also some trees, there will be also some trees, but most of the character is of what? Grasses. So suppose I said that, most of the pictures if I am taking the picture of ocean, can we take the picture of monsoon which is moving in small? Yes or not? If I am taking the picture of ocean sat in the low earth orbit, ocean sat, resat, all these are in the, what I said, the low earth orbit. India's largest number of satellite, it is in the low earth orbit, and all are taking the picture of different resources. At the same time they can take, suppose it is moving, wind is moving, monsoon is moving, cyclone is moving, and it is very small pictures they can take. Yes or not? So that's what I am saying, that if I have to take the very large picture, I have to go over there, and if I have to take a small picture, okay, wind is moving with this speed. That that meteorological satellite cannot find out the speed of it. He is very low, this way it is going to strike at the, what I said, strike at the Odisha coast. If I say that, here it is Odisha coast, and then cyclone is like this. So this large picture, if I am saying that this large picture, and let us, if I say that if the cyclone formation is over here, so this large picture will be taken by MetSat or Kalpana, that is the same thing, and it is in the geo. But how do the winds are moving? How do the here, this is the eye of the cyclone, how do the winds are moving here, and if it is moving here and there, then the small wind movement, and it is going to cross the, strike the, I said that Odisha coast or Andhra coast, then what should be the speed if it is coming? Then the small, I said that datas, it is taken by the ocean sat. The lower one can take the small picture, the upper one take the what is large picture. So simple, you have to say that, okay, that meteorological satellite and ocean sat together, it is giving the better picture and all idea about the movement of cyclone and monsoon and weather of India. Clear? So perhaps slowly and slowly, clear to all of you? Yes? Yes? Saurabh Voria, clear? Jyoti Sarvara, clear? Jyoti Sarvara, everyone is clear? Everyone is clear? Yes, tell me beta, everyone is clear, then I can move ahead. Yes beta, everyone is clear or not? Let me again explain you betas. I think 98% students, everyone is clear, but even then some of the students, those who are not clear, they can think of, I said that if I have to take, you know that this diameter of the cyclone can be a 600 kilometer, 2000 kilometer. So if I have to take and take the picture of this one, kabhi movie banta hai, you have seen that when the movie are in the process of formation, there is not only one camera, there are several camera from the different angle. Perhaps you know that one is focusing this one camera is focusing this one camera is focusing this one. Yes or not? So every one camera has been made for the different aspects. Okay. So one, it is I said that GEO, that is I said that meteorological satellite, it is in the 36,000 kilometer, it is also known as Kalpana 1. So it is taking the picture of the whole cyclone and the and it is I said that Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, whole picture, because the GEO is covering the 1/3 of the earth. So it is taking the whole picture and the bigger picture of it. Okay. But if I have to take about how much wind speed is in the eye of the cyclone, eye is the center, a smaller figure. So who can take this picture? I. Who will take? A smaller region will be taken by the, what I said, that IRS, and then IRS, Indian Remote Sensing Satellite, and the Ocean Sat, Resource Sat, Cartosat, Resat, different satellites, all are IRS. IRS names are different, but if it is saying that what are the name of satellite, most of the GEO satellite are INSAT and GSAT. And few are like Kalpana, jo main bolunga, and IRNS. Few satellites are in the GEO. Most of the satellites in the GEO is INSAT, GSAT. I will come on to this. Abhi iske baad hi mujhe aana. So please, it is moving in the form of polar beta. It is our sun synchronous movement is polar, means longitudinal kind of it. Longitudinal. MateSat, I will come on to MateSat, is a meteorological satellite in the GEO. It is also known as Kalpana. And he is taking the whole India and nearby Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, whole picture, and it is giving about the meteorology. Yes, I will share this snapshot or PDF of these notes you write. I will share beta. Sure Jatin, I will share all this. Some of you are asking polar orbit. This is, I have taught you polar orbit. Polar orbit is simply, I said that moving from pole to pole beta. It is in the longitudinal. And sun synchronous is also polar orbit, but it is 620 kilometer to 900. And this sun synchronous, what is the meaning of sun synchronous? It is always synchronized with the sun. Means always it is looking in the sun. And this satellite will be always in the sunlight, means it will be it will be able to take the picture of the earth always in the sunlight. And the picture can be better when it is sunlight is available. Clear? When you can take the better picture? In the presence of sun or in the absence of sun? Presence of sun. So I am coming on to, I said that just I said what is resource sat. ये सारे satellite, all these satellites are I said just मैं आपके साथ enjoy करना चाह रहा हूँ. I want to enjoy with you. You also try to enjoy with me. Okay. You just ask me the question, but do not ask the foolish question. Yes, at times I will enter. Some of you cannot be, but please keep on asking the question at the end of this class. जैसे ही फिनिश होगा, I will keep on sitting with you. I will give you 10-15 minutes so that we can discuss some doubts. So यदि आप लोग बीच में पूछते रहोगे तो doubt हमेशा बना रहेगा. If you let me to teach you, then the doubt will be automatically what you are asking. Maybe after 1 hour it will be there. I'll keep on teaching you. Okay, so please. Okay, so resource set, it is, I have said that what is the resource set? Resource set is the different resources of the country, it is taking the picture. Cartosat, mapping of the countries. Ocean sat, I have discussed, I said it is in a wind over the ocean, temperature of the ocean, current of the ocean, cyclone, monsoon moving over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, but it is taking small picture. And then I have said that it is also taking the chlorophyll presence, phytoplankton presence, zooplankton, and all this, the way that fishing zones and then aquatic animals of the ocean. Okay, so we have been able to see, like I said, that now so we have been able to see resource set, cartosat, and ocean set. One is HySys. I will not explain in detail हम लोग लेंगे इंडियन स्पेस प्रोग्राम में. Just I am saying that it is a hyper spectral imaging satellite. Do you know that just I am saying highest frequency is gamma rays, then there is coming of, below that there is a coming of X rays, then UV rays, then there will be a visible rays, then there will be, after visible rays, then there is an infrared rays, then there is, I said that micro waves, and then we have radio waves. So the lowest frequency is radio. So these are, आपने बचपन में किया in your class 9th or 10th or maybe 11th 12th if you have a science. So one visible rays goes, and I said that it disposed into different color, VIBGYOR, if you remember. So this is the VIBGYOR, and if I say that so it is starting from VIBGYOR to the R, and this is the highest frequency, and this is the red color is lowest frequency. It is what I said, that is spectrum of visible light, and if the frequency is higher than violet, it is known as ultraviolet. It is known as ultraviolet, and if the frequency is less than red, it is known as infrared. Less than red means infrared, more than violet means ultraviolet. So can we say that there is a spectrum of, this is a gamma rays, X rays, the highest frequency gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, visible rays, that is I said that VIBGYOR, IR, micro, radio waves. So lowest frequency is which one? Radio waves. So I said that there is a hyperspectral imaging, means this satellite will have lots of spectrum of lights. Yes or not? And this way HySys will be able to take a better picture of several things, very small aspects. Even it will be able to see, it can find out forest, it can how much forest, where is the deforestation, so many things, even the moisture in the soil. In the coastal area, how much coastal area sea wave is cutting, coastal erosion is taking place, everything is taking very minutely HySys. So just that much I can tell you, I am not getting into the detail of it. HySys, hyperspectral imaging is satellite, and another it is I said that ReSat and AMISat. Just I am enjoying with you so that all are IRS. ReSat means radar, I means, you tell me what? Imaging satellite, and radar imaging satellite at the border. Radar imaging satellite at the border, they will take the picture of border, and then I said that border and coastline of India, You know that why do the reset? थोड़ा सा picture देता हूँ. We in the 2008 Mumbai attack has been taken place, and thereafter in 2009 we are think 2008 or 2009. Thereafter in the reset we launched two, and I said that that radar should be so much better picture so that anybody who is entering into India through the ocean, we can be able to take the picture better. And we are able to take, we have increased the camera quality of reset. Therefore, it is known as, so that every frequency we can catch, and even the some radars are there in the border area we can catch, Pakistan and China. So radar imaging, so it is for the which one? Army के लिए बहुत helpful होगा. Yes or not? Safety and security of India, safety and security of India, and all our IRs taking the better picture of every parts of India. MESAT, what is the meaning of MESAT? Electromagnetic imaging satellite. If you are making a call, then how it is moving into the air? Electromagnetic waves. You know that in our atmosphere electromagnetic waves, all electronic equipments are running. So this MESAT, suppose we are at the China border and Pakistan Galwan Valley, and there is some call is coming from Chinese premier to their army man at the Galwan Valley. Our radar will be able to listen those talks. They can intercept, even they can listen, they can intercept also. Electromagnetic, जितने भी होंगे electromagnetic image means how do the waves are moving, how do the, it is moving from Galwan Valley to the, what I said that China premier Beijing, so I can take that picture, that waves, yes or not, colored wave of this one electromagnetic, and we can intercept electromagnetic. So how much security, again इतना ही अभी बताऊंगा, I will not enter into it. It is an MESAT, a small picture we can be able to take at the border area, so that it is again for the army and safety and security of the country. So just I have given an idea. Just I have given an idea. Beta, abhi we will learn a lot. Everywhere you will find several things are there. So my point of concern is there that there are several types of satellites are there which are taking the picture, and perhaps you realize what are the pictures are there. It is a resource sat, cartosat, ocean sat, reset radar imaging satellite, high SACE, and then MESAT, that is I said that electromagnetic imaging satellite. So now, and which satellite in the low earth orbit? Yes, tell me. IRS. If I have to talk about, and all these are Indian remote sensing. If it is taking the picture, remote sensing. Very simple one, what I said that suppose Chandrayaan, I have sent one satellite from India to the to the moon, and if it is moving around the moon and taking the picture, it will be IRS, remote sensing, taking the picture from the remote. So I said that Indian remote sensing satellite. My next question is, मैं अभी उसको पूरा नहीं कर पाया था, significance of IRS satellite in low earth orbit. First, resource management. First, I said that water resource. Water resource. It can find the surface water, and it can also find surface water resource, and it can also find, I said that groundwater resource. Yes or not? So he means with the help of their, I said that highly qualified resolution, we can find how much surface water is there and how much groundwater is there. Yes or not? So Suppose I said that I live in Delhi and you are living in Mumbai and somebody is living in Odisha, somebody is living in, I said that Maharashtra, UP, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, anywhere, their ground level water is how much, it is going to be dig and finding out how much water in the different regions of India, everywhere digging with the help of well. Generally people can say, sir, well is identification to find out how much water it is the level. But everywhere in the well we can find out in one region of Delhi at 20 feet, in the another region of Delhi I can find it is, I said that 200 feet per water. But with the help of well we are knowing, but it is very easy to know groundwater with the help of waves. Yes or not? When it is going inside the earth, soil, and wherever it is finding that there is some coldness, picture has been changed by the wave. Their picture in the satellite, the picture is taking different. So he can find the groundwater resource, surface water resource. If the surface water resource increased, then we can do also, if surface water resource, it is in the form of river, it is in the form of ponds, yes or not, it is in the form of lakes, yes or not, lake water is reducing and something like this. The surface water resource like river water increased, then what it will come? Flood. If the water come in the more into the, I said that, so we can be able to find out, we can make a flood zoning of India with the help of this, how much surface water and where it is moving into the different parts and how much it is. So we can be able to find that, we can be able to find the flood zoning of India, yes or not? We can, with the help of surface water and how much water every year it is coming into the river and all, and how, in which area this water is over, I said that coming of the bank of the river and is making the flood zone. So that it is helping in the flood zoning of India, yes or not? Flood zoning of India. Who is these Irs Satellites? So he can be able to find the surface water, and then these are, and then our planning. Suppose you live in, I said that anywhere, what is the use of water? It is a use for agriculture, yes or not? It is used for agriculture, highest amount of water utilized for agriculture, thereafter it goes for industry, thereafter it goes for thermal power plant if it is nearby, or then in very small point it is for drinking water to the people nearby. Suppose you are, and I said that district administrator in a particular district, you are administrator over there. So there will be in a picture that in your district this much of water is available, groundwater and surface water. So who is giving this all the data that in your district this much of the data is available for groundwater and surface water? And on the basis of that you plan that what should be the planning with respect to water. If you need more water, you will try to make a canal or making linking with the rivers, dams, and so that canal come in your area, yes or not? So your administration also depends on it. So flood zoning of India, and then I said that flood zoning of India, it is very much important. So resource management, first we have seen water resource, and we can do a lot. I can do so many things, but you should understand this much. Clear? So we have seen about the resource, first it is the water. The next one we are going to see about the forest resource. Yes or not? So the forest resource we can be able to, you know that India, it is able to take in a picture of the forest in the different parts of India, yes or not? How much forest? If you can remember the forest coverage in India, थोड़ा आपको मैं याद करा देता हूँ. Forest in India coverage wise, MACMO. If you can remember, MACMO. M for MP, the number 1, A for Arunachal Pradesh, the second, C for Chhattisgarh, third, M for Maharashtra, fourth, O for Odisha, 5th. So how we are able to say that the largest area coverage of forest is in MP? Who has given? So we go and find out, making in a border, okay, there is a forest and we are making in a picture, oh, this is the forest, this much. Do we have such kind of clearly we can say that 77,000 hectare of the land in the MP is a forest? How can anybody find this area? We cannot. With the help of images we are able to identify. Yes or not? So that it is perhaps we have been able to remember also MACMO. So forest resource means where I said that deforestation is taking place, we can be able to see, and we can do also one, it is reforestation. We can do also afforestation. Reforestation means I said that planting trees in deforested area. So planting trees in deforested area, it is known as reforestation, and afforestation means there are the two types of afforestation. It is, I said that I will tell you, and deforestation, the area of deforestation we can identify, and accordingly we can do reforestation where the forest has been removed. And afforestation, we can say that afforestation is also one of the program of India, and its meaning is, better to say, its meaning is, afforestation meaning is planting trees in new area, not in the deforested area, in the new area, because there is a 33% coverage of land of India should be by the forest, and we have around 23%, around 24%, which is the government data said 24%, but I do not know whether it is correct or not, how much it is. So I said that planting trees in new area, planting trees in new area means afforestation, and there are the two types of method of afforestation. It is agroforestry, and another it is, I said that, social forestry. Just I am giving so that your mains answer should be very perfect, and even in the prelims some question are very tough, it has been asked, you can be able to answer. So agroforestry means agriculture plus forest, means along the banks of the every parts of the agricultural land, forest trees should be planted. Understood? The forest coverage will increase. And then social forestry means trees should be planted along canal, along roads, along the railway, along I said that roads, railway, rivers, I said that urban community area, rural community area, that is a panchayat, there is one community land is there, rural community area. So if the government has done this, is the forest should be covered, and that should be by the agroforestry and social forestry. If forestry is in the agricultural land, can we take the picture from the top? And there is the roads and the railways, there are also we are able to see roads and railways are coming, yes or not? So we can be able to see that the trees, forest are there, picture can give us an idea that whether so agroforestry and social forestry is done by the people or not. And if it is not done, suppose suppose I said that Odisha mein to ye start kiya gaya, and I said that if it is in the Maharashtra it is not happening, suppose it is in the UP it is not happening, then the one guideline will go to that state government, or the state government I said that the body will take a decision that okay, in that area we should plant the trees along the, I said that in agricultural land we should boost the farmer, give some incentives so that they can plant the trees. So we can also give, I said that idea to the, I said that people to plant the trees along the rivers, banks and all. So if we'll give the incentives and if we'll employ the people to work on this area, so our, I said that environment will become much better. So that has to be decision. Then who is giving all this information? Satellite. So again the forest management, we can be able to see that forest resource, and we can say that forest management. We can be able to do better forest management with the help of photographs. It is received by this one. So we have been able to see in the form of one, it is a water resource, another it is, I said that forest. Next one it is, we have to see like mineral resource. So in the map of India, suppose I said that in the map of India, suppose there is an Eastern Ghat and we have in the Eastern Ghat, this is the Jharkhand region, there is an Odisha region, and they have an iron ore, and we can be able to see that it is in the, I said that in Karnataka there is an iron ore, and we have been also able to find, I said we have been also able to find uranium in Shillong, that is in the Meghalaya plateau, uranium in Kudappa district of Andhra, Tumumallai region of, I said that uranium reserve, in the some parts of Rajasthan uranium, the different mineral resources, even in the, I said, coastal region, petroleum reserve. So with the help of better imaging, we can also identify mineral resource. We can identify different metallic mineral, non-metallic mineral, and mineral fuels in different parts of India, So you can think of how much our satellites are helping in the social development, economical development of India, how much we are, our dependency. Understood it? It can several, our iron mines are there, coal mines are there, and we have satellites who was surveillance they are doing. Nobody can do unauthorized mining of any mines of India. Who is taking picture of all this? Satellite, and giving to the, I said that Ministry of Coals and Mines that somebody is doing unauthorized mining of coals. So I said that there will be everywhere some pictures will be there, and most of the ministry will be able to be aware of it, and they will keep on working on it. So that mineral resource we have been able to see. So and at the same time, acha, you tell me this region of India has red soil, the whole complete demarcation, suppose this, and here we have black soil, here we have alluvial soil, here we have I said laterite soil, here we have an alluvial soil, here we have a desert soil. Exact demarcation, who can do the exact demarcation of the soil? Can we do by manually? This is the demarcation of the soil. So we can be able to see also the soil distribution of India, yes or not? Soil distribution of India. So these are the ways we can be able to say that we can be able to, with the help of these images, we are able to find out soil distribution of India. soil distribution of India. Next point, if I talk about one idea is I said that agro in the similar way we can find the rainfall distribution in India. Can you find the rainfall distribution in India? Rainfall distribution in India. So then again when the monsoon right now it is happening and every year we are getting this region has got this much of rainfall, this much of the rainfall, it is we are getting this rainfall distribution in India. Yes or not? Can we say that different climate of different parts of India, how much temperature, how much rainfall? The climatic division of India, in which region how much temperature and all, we can be able to sense this one. So climatic division and agroclimatic zone, थोड़ा सा ये समझाऊंगा मैं, agroclimatic zone of India. If I know the particular region of, suppose Tamil Nadu have, or particular region of Maharashtra has, I said that black soil. We have black soil in the Maharashtra and here the rainfall is, I said that 100 centimeter. Yes or not? The rainfall is 100 centimeters. Soil is black, rainfall is, so we are not understanding. So we can think of growing sugarcane. Yes or not? So with the help of climate, I can do agriculture according to the climatic understanding, and then वहाँ पे physiographic understanding, soil aspects, we can be able to, I said that do the agroclimatic division of India. Can we understand? I know the rainfall, I know the climate, I can do agroclimatic zone of India. So great help. These are the things I am talking to you in the, I said that 1000, 2000 words, but according to the demand of the question, you have to write in the 200, 250 words in your mains examination. And some points are coming into the prelims examination accordingly. I said that IRS, which of the following statements are, अभी मैं पूछूंगा, I said that अभी मैं पढ़ा लेने दो, let me teach first. Agroclimatic zone of India, yes. Suppose I said that this is India and here it is Bundelkhand. In the Bundelkhand parts of MP and parts of UP, Bundelkhand suppose. So if I know the soil, if I know the rainfall, I can do agriculture. I know the minerals, I know the water resource, I know the forest, everything. Can I do regional planning? If I have every idea of a particular geographical region, can I do regional planning? Yes or not? Regional planning. And being an administrator, it will be better for you to take the decision in the district. कि मुझे पता है यहाँ पे this much of the forest, this much of the mineral, this much of it, I said that so much of it. Once आपने देखा होगा कि one IS officer is in somewhere Karnataka, Bengaluru, and he suicide himself, and he was somewhere fighting with the sand mafia. So he is very much aware of that they are this much of the sand, and he has got the data from the particular department, and that department must have got those data from the satellites. So the government has planned that in this area sand should not removed. यदि sand हटाओगे तो पानी नीचे नहीं जाएगा. Sand is a particle which in which water can easily go underground water. This much I can help you. Otherwise, most of the things you can understand in your geography section. So I said that I said accordingly he was fighting against the sand mafia. So I said with the help of this, there is a regional planning. Every government does the regional planning. And listen me carefully, if a particular region is not developing, somewhere there is I said that political will is weak, and policies are weak. Otherwise, we have a sufficient data for developing that particular region. Can you understand my point of view, what I want to say? We can develop, because the government and satellite, we have a several picture what we should do in that region. Clear? So that I am saying Bundelkhand region. So better regional planning. Another point we can do, regional planning. Yes. The next point I said that in the sector of transportation, or better to say developing logistic pattern. Logistic pattern means fast supply of, I said that goods to the market and supplier to the market, fast movement of, I said that goods in the service industry. Suppose I said that if it is coming to the Marmagaon port of, I said that Goa, something is coming, then it is through the road network or railway network, fastly it should reach to the different points where it is required. Then the economy will increase. If it is taking 10 days to reach there, then it is not in a better logistic pattern. We have to, what is supply? So making in a better roads, मुझे transportation अच्छा चाहिए. Which are the road transportation? We should have a better railway transportation. We should have a waterway transportation. So how can we access that the road I should make? Suppose I have with the help of cartography, cartosat, we got the picture of mountain, plains, plateau, all these plains, mountain, plains, plateau, mountain, plain, plateau, and we can, and if I have and where are the passes? Passes means gaps. Okay. So we can be able to make a transportation network on the basis of this, and we should have also knowing about demand and supply network. कहाँ पे demand and supply? So if there is a demand more in, I said that Chhattisgarh, Bastar region, and their demand is more, but the products are not able to supply in that region, the government is thinking, okay, there it is there. Now after demand and supply, if I know about demand and supply, then I'll take the picture of mountains, plains, plateau and passes. Then accordingly I can make a road transportation, railway to reach faster over there. Yes or not? And I have to make the roads into not the fertile land, but it is, I said that we should try to make it in the barren land, which is, I said that not producing, not productive. So again it is in the developing better transportation service sector. It is, I said that who I said that? Indian remote sensing. शायद आपको दिख रहा है everything of India, it is by the IRS. The next point we can say that urban planning, where I said that because suppose this is in a city, perhaps you are not knowing which is the plain area, which is the little mountainous. In the city there is some ups and downs are there. So accordingly we should establish, okay, from this is the roads are coming from Mumbai. If suppose if I say that this road is coming towards Mumbai, coming from Mumbai, then I can say that large amount of goods are coming, raw material can come now, there I will establish my industry. So if I have make a better Mac industry, okay, this is the area, lots of pollution is there, how to remove the pollution. So making a smart city concept, urban planning concept, everything based on the picture, and then what is, I say, the road transportation to be there. Yes or not? So simply urban planning, baby, rural planning, yes or not? Urban planning, rural planning, smart city. Is it clear? So these are the things it will be there who we can be able to make a better plan for the development of urban planning, development of rural planning, and then smart cities in India. smart cities in India. It is clear? Everyone is able to understand that these are the processes which are helping a lot. It is in this one. Can I say that with the help of reset, MESAT, we can help in, I said that photographs of our Indian Army deployment, in which area they should be deployed. So Army deployment, yes or not? We can also be able to understand that the deployment and their position. Means we can be able to also take the, I said that pictures of enemy, I said that that there is in a group of enemy enforcements where there are more enforcements are there. Enemy enforcement, yes or not? And if we have an enemy enforcement, location is better we have, and also the location of their radar. Location of enemies radar, जितने भी हमारे यहाँ तो आसपास बहुत सारे एनिमीज भरे पड़े हुए हैं, enemies radar, then our aircraft will not go in that area so that they can save themselves from the radar. So it is for the safety and security of India, and helping to the, which one I said that, helping to the all parts of it is, I said that it is Army, it is Air Force, and it is Navy, helping to all, helping to Army, Navy and what I said that, Air Force. So you come to know about so much of, I said that so much of this which one, IRS. So perhaps this is, IRS is completely clear. It is helping at the several time, I said that everywhere it is helping to that, I said that, and another we can be able to see that in agriculture. It can help in agriculture. You know that during the Rabi season, wheat are being grown in Punjab, maybe MP, maybe UP, maybe some region of Rajasthan, some region of Bihar. Here and there we are growing, I said that, wheat. But how to calculate wheat? Agricultural productivity, how? You know that suppose I have taken the picture that this much of hectare of land of this only wheat, there will be some different picture for wheat, different picture for pulse, different picture for, I said that, rye, different every I said that agricultural crop that they're growing, they have a different picture, they have a different image made by the satellite. So they will be able to take the different picture, and we are saying that okay, that wheat is growing in 1 lakh, growing in 12 lakh hectare of land, and 1 hectare produces suppose 2 quintal, means 200 kg of wheat. So 12 lakh into 200, we can be able to see the wheat productivity. 12 into 200 kg we can be able to, so we can assess agricultural productivity, yes or not, before actual. So can we say that it is in a forecasting? Forecasting, we are saying in the before the production of wheat, we are saying sometimes you have heard about this year this much of rice will take place, then before the wheat production we said that this much this year this much of wheat will produce. So how to identify the agricultural output, how to forecast agricultural output, how to forecast, who is helping the agricultural output. So I said that one, it is there program Fasal. Fasal is talking about, it is talking about forecasting agricultural output, using space. Using space का मतलब, what is the meaning of space? Means in which area the wheat is being grown. Space, using space and land based observation. So forecasting agricultural output using space and land based observation. Getting my point? So the forecasting Fasal. So it is for that I said that how we are able to forecast. So forecasting agricultural output using space and agrometeorological. This is agrometeorological. Agrometeorological and land based, using space, agrometeorological and land based observation. Forecasting agricultural output using space and agrometeorological. Agrometeorological I have told you, agroclimatic zone. Agrometeorological, agro means agriculture and meteorological means in a particular region the rainfall is this much, temperature is this much, soil is this much, then which agriculture will take place. So India has all about agrometeorological idea. Agrometeorological, again I am telling you, this region has this soil, this region has this much of rainfall, this much of temperature, and with the help of this what agriculture should take place. That is agrometeorological or agroclimatic. Yes or not? And किस space में हो रहा है, in which space and how much area is covering, and land based observation. So forecasting agricultural output using space, agrometeorological and land based observation. This is I said that Fasal, talking about this one. So it is helping great in again agriculture sector, agriculture, horticulture, different see. Next point I said that localization of industry. Suppose I said that this is your I said here it is, if I am talking about, let us come here, I said otherwise in this one, there is a Kudrmukh of Karnataka, Kemangundi. Just I am taking an example. If you are giving the best example from your logic, you will get the best marks. Do not write anything rotifying from the book is like. You can take any example. Kemangundi, and it is in Chikmagalur district of Karnataka I am talking about. Kudrmukh, Baba Budan Hills, if I have iron ore, here it is in Karnataka, iron ore, and here it is a Tungbhadra river is moving. So there is a water is also available, iron is available, water is available, yes or not? And nearby there is a Mangalore port. Which port? Mangalore port. Mangalore आप जानते होंगे, there Mangalore port, and there is some manganese limestone is also available nearby. If I know the different minerals nearby and some structure nearby, I can establish industry in the different parts of it. and who is giving the idea about there is in a Mangalore port. So we have a better picture. Okay, there is in a Mangalore port, and okay, there is an, I said the iron ore, here it is. Okay, here it is, I said that this much of market, and there it is, I am getting manganese from here, limestone. Okay, I should establish my industry here. I should not establish my industry far from the raw material, because if you put far from the raw material, the transportation cost of raw material will increase the production cost. If the raw material cost has been increased, automatically if I purchase the raw material at higher cost and I will produce something, then I will add also transportation cost in my production of this good. So the localization of industry is also depending upon the, I said that better pictures, photography of IRS. Yes, you can take any example, cotton textile industry, anywhere, aluminum industry, why it is establishing. Getting my point? So I said that this is the way you can be, able to understand that not only industry, agriculture, forest, water, mineral, everything, urban planning, road transportation, waterway transportation, railway transportation, picture photography, where there is a water, where the forest is there, in which one, how much, which area is highly deforested, and that should convert into, I said that biosphere reserve, it should convert into national park or anything. So there is a great help from the data which we are collecting from the IRS. Yes or not? So great help. And the last one we can be able to say that it is, you know that it is also IRS is helping in monsoon, cyclone, and I said that monsoon, cyclone, and finding ocean reserves. आप ocean sat का जितना लिखवाया था, you can write everything. Okay, so there is so much of significance of IRS. So we have finished with low Earth orbit. Perhaps you remember, all of you, that I have said that my teaching will be in detail. None of the question will be in the prelims and the mains will be left out. And I have told you that I will take only Leo so much and the several one in too much detail. So please keep on. So any problem from this area you can ask. I am giving you just 3 minutes and you just ask me and I will move ahead. 3 minutes time I am giving you. Everyone, if you have any problem, विक्रम ठीक आ रहा है ना वीडियो में, इसमें कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है ना? Ask any problem if you have. Agrometeorological, I said that I have explained here agroclimatic zone of India, black soil. In Maharashtra, which soil? Black soil. How much rainfall? 100 centimeter. What is the temperature? Then I can grow sugarcane. Then I can grow what? This is known as agroclimatic, at the same time agrometeorological. Same, both are same. To an extent you try to understand, both are same. Agroclimatic means agrometeorological. AMISAT means electromagnetic imaging satellite. AMISAT, बेटा इसको मैं डिटेल में कराऊंगा. I have said that HISIS, AMISAT, and another one I said that AMISAT, HISIS, and RESAT. These are the 3 things 2019 I'll do in the detail. Beta, again I said that HISIS. I have said that HISIS, AMISAT, EMISAT is electromagnetic imaging satellite, and you know that electromagnetic, suppose I am in the Jammu and Kashmir, I am from the Pakistan or something, maybe a China side, you can take anyone, and I am making in a call, to the, I said that someone authority in Beijing, I am from the China side and making, so EMISAT electromagnetic, so the phone is releasing electromagnetic waves, so we can understand this electromagnetic waves and we can intercept it, and we can identify that this region is some Chinese people are somewhere in, maybe he is inside the, what I said, that caves. He is inside the cave, I can find that there is some Chinese armies are there, those who are locating, and then they have a satellite also, they have satellite phones also. They do not have the phone like us, they have a satellite phone, those who can work anywhere. So I said that is, I said we can be able to we can find out they are locating over there. So we can be able to, and also with this electromagnetic imaging satellite, a small picture with the help of electromagnetic waves. This is EMISAT, and again I am telling you beta, RESAT, EMISAT, HISIS, I will explain. I am requesting, if you will ask right now, you can't understand too much. I will explain later on when I will do Indian space program. And you know that HISIS I have talked about, it is in a hyper, HY means hyper means frequencies का बहुत spectral, hyper spectral imaging means all the hyper high frequency spectrum imaging satellite, जो spectrum जो पूरे UV, gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, even the soil moisture, you know that forest में how much in the tree chlorophylls are there, how much chlorophyll in the tree. This is one of the best satellite who can find everything in the moisture in the soil, the chlorophyll in the trees. So he can find everywhere how much in the coastal area sea waves are coming and cutting the coastal area, how much area has been, I said, eroded. It can take any picture. It can take any picture. This is clear to all of you or not? बेटा अभी तो मैं केवल लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट कर रहा हूं. आई एम डूइंग द IRS. I am doing only low earth orbit. I am doing only low earth orbit. Yes, it is one of the program FASL of India. बेटा अभी डिफरेंट ऑर्बिट नहीं कर रहा हूं. आई एम डूइंग ओनली विच ऑर्बिट अभिषेक? आई एम डूइंग ओनली लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट, IRS, Indian remote sensing satellite, and these resource satellite, ResourceSat, Cartosat, and I said OceanSat, I said which one, HISIS, EMISAT, RESAT, all are in the IRS, low earth orbit, at the height of 600, 700, 800, 900 kilometer. It is clear? Beta MACMO is keval, it is helping you to remember where is the forest area in India, how much forest area in India. MACMO is only covering MACMO, it is the order of largest forest coverage in MP. M4, MP, A4, I said that A4, I said Arunachal Pradesh, AP, Arunachal Pradesh, C4 Chhattisgarh, M4 Maharashtra, and O4 Odisha. This is the order of forest reserve area wise in the, not percentage wise, area wise I am talking about. So who has given this idea? That is, I said that IRS with the help of this picture. In the IRS I am talking about sun synchronous polar orbit. Sun synchronous polar orbit. Most of the IRS are sun synchronous polar orbit. बेटा हाइसिस के बारे में, फिर से हाइसिस के बारे में बोले बेटा, मैं हाइसिस को दोबारा लूंगा. आप, आई विल टेक इट अगेन मैं दोबारा लूंगा, whenever it will be there, then you will understand in much better way. Okay, HISIS हाइपर स्पेक्ट्रल इमेजिंग सैटेलाइट, बहुत ही ज्यादा, स्पेक्ट्रम का भी वर्ड सुना होगा, if you have heard about स्पेक्ट्रम, वेरी फ्रीक्वेंसीज को टूटा हुआ रहता है, सेवरल लाइट्स. I'll take in detail HISIS, EMISAT, RESAT, but you are killing my time here itself. I have said so many times. No beta, not at all, never. Meteorological means I said that it is talking about weather. Beta, CARTO, C-A-R-T-O, CARTO, C-A-R-T-o means, CARTO means mapping. CARTOSAT means mapping. Mountain, plateau, plains, etc. Yes, MACMO is in descending order. Yes, it can be, we can intercept the Chinese communication if it is required. All the revolution period of low earth orbit is 90 minutes to 120 minutes. Revolution period is 90 to 120 minutes. Yes, polar orbit and sun synchronous polar orbit is different. Polar orbit, it can move in the 400 kilometer height, it can move in the 1200 kilometer height and moving around the polar, pole to pole. Reforestation means growing forest in deforested region. Afforestation means growing forest in the new area, like agriculture region, agroforestry, and then any social region, social forestry like river land, community land, banks of the rivers, along the roads, along the railway line, along the canals. This is afforestation. And reforestation, growing new trees in the, yes, sun synchronous, everything. Listen me, in the low earth orbit there are the two types of orbit, polar orbit and sun synchronous polar orbit. Polar orbit and sun synchronous polar orbit, and they are, whatever the satellites which are in this low earth orbit, whether it is polar orbit or whether it is sun synchronous orbit, they are known as IRS. They are known as remote sensing satellite. No beta, there is nothing to do with the clockwise, anti-clockwise. No, once satellite is fixed in a particular orbit, they will remain moving in the same orbit. They will not change its height. Yes, that is 90 to 120 minutes. Can I move ahead, beta? Now everything is clear to all of you? No beta, polar orbit is not taking the picture of pole, it is moving around it. Wherever it is coming over India, it is taking the picture of India. Coming over Europe, it is China, it is taking the picture of China. It is taking the picture wherever it goes. But there should be sunlight. Polar orbit means, I said that satellite is moving north pole to south pole, revolving around. Abhi right now it is not record night time, that we can, when I'll do geo. There are so many satellites in our low earth orbit. It is beta, there is no fix for sun synchronous. In the low earth orbit, it 90 to 120 minutes, possibly sun synchronous orbit may flow, it can be an 100 minute or 110 minute, because you know that I have said that our sun synchronous polar orbit, it is, I said that 620 kilometer to around 900 kilometer, if I said that. यहाँ पे at the lower height revolution period will be something, 800 per revolution period will be different, little more, and 900 little more. How can I say? And it is not required beta. हमें पूरा केवल हमें बोलना है कि लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट इज 90 to 120 minutes and within this there is a polar orbit and there is a sun synchronous polar orbit and there is polar orbit and sun synchronous. Most of the satellites are in sun synchronous polar orbit and you have to save only their revolution period is 90 to 120 minutes. Yes, they geosynchronous wrong beta, sun synchronous I am talking about, sun synchronous. geosynchronous तो कल आएगा बेटा, दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. कार्टोसैट 3 ये सब आप लोगों को समझा दिया क्या करता है, सॉइल की मैपिंग भी बताएगा, सभी चीजों की मैपिंग बताएगा. तो आप लोग थोड़ा अपने तरफ से करिए, नहीं तो इफ आई स्टार्ट टीचिंग लाइक दिस ना, इट विल गो फॉर 1 month ओनली फॉर स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी and it will not help you to. Cartosat 3 is not going to be asked by you. Whenever something something is going to come, so just find out. Sir ने बता दिया Cartosat means mapping and it is giving the mapping of a particular region and it can be a soil mapping can be also there. Mapping you understand na, it can be for the mapping for forest. Okay, this is the reason of for forest. So I am talking all this with the help of जो भी हमने अभी whatever I discuss. Cartosat is also helping, ResourceSat is also helping. Both are supplementing each other because both are supplementing each other. Clear? So should I move ahead beta? आप लोग मुझे 3 minutes बोला था. I have told you that 2-3 minutes but you have taken 12-15 minutes of mine. No beta, there is no effect of any rays on the environment, no effect of rays. There is nothing. What is confidential beta? Confidential should be only for army related. Suppose I said that this satellite is moving from Africa, Egypt country. The satellite sun synchronous polar orbit is moving and taking the picture of the whole countries, different countries of the world. And suppose it is taking the picture of Egypt and Egypt asks, okay, you just give me picture of my about the soil, about the mineral resource, about the water nearby. So I will send accordingly, I will sell them. I am not selling the data of India, I am selling the data of the particular country. I am not selling the data of India, I am selling the data of that country from where we have in our different satellite the pictures are. So, you know that during the disaster management also, like I said that when the earthquake comes, earthquake, flood, I said that cyclone, tsunami, anything, if any kind of disaster comes, so it is this picture helps in, I said that disaster management of earthquake, flood, cyclone and tsunami and any other landslide. If any kind of disaster take place, it helps in disaster management. It is clear? Because suddenly the National Disaster Response Force NDRF team fast reaches over there and if you have taken the picture, suppose in Uttarakhand flood camp and due to that several bridge has been collapsed. So that picture will be taken by this image and this picture will be given to the Ministry of Road and Transportation. And the road and transportation will become active and it will start making the bridges in that region. Some area, lots of houses has been, I said, destroyed. The Ministry of Housing will become effective. Ministry of Agriculture will become effective. So whatever the picture coming in the disaster, during this disaster, they accordingly crisis management group come. And in the disaster management अच्छे से पढ़ोगे, लेकिन ये जो मैं बता रहा हूँ, it will help you that time when somebody will teach you disaster. Clear? बेटा यूवी रे अलग है, एक्स रे अलग है, कैसे बोल रहे हो कि ये, हाँ चलो आई विल कम ऑन टू द, आई सेड दैट नेक्स्ट पार्ट डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट देख लिया एंड आई हैव टू से दैट इट इज, और मैं पूरा तो कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाऊंगा टुडे आई कांट कंप्लीट इट, एंड कल से आप लोग, आपको दिख रहा है कि पंकज सर इज टीचिंग यू गुड फॉर यू एंड देन गिविंग गुड नॉलेज टू यू. If I am giving good knowledge to you, then please from tomorrow onwards, less disturb in the class, have the importance of time. I can give you lot. I can give you lot. You should be ready to take the lot. Therefore, you should manage yourself to, I said that, I have said only 3 minutes to ask the question. You started asking the question which the other student has asked. सर थोड़ा दोबारा सन सिंक्रोनस बता दो सर, अगेन वो बता दो. आप सुना करो अच्छे से बच्चा, मैं लास्ट में फिर हैंडल कर लूंगा, आज तो लास्ट में कुछ नहीं लूंगा बेटा. ऑलरेडी यू हैव टेकन माय टाइम ओवर हियर. आई सेड दैट नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट जियो. I can't talk about geo right now because the time is running away. Tomorrow I'll start from the geosynchronous earth orbit. I cannot take too much because if I'll start taking, it will take an 1.5 hour here itself. Okay, geo 1 hour, 1.5 hour here it is. Clear? So any other question if you have, again you can ask me, but do not ask silly question. I'll. Acha, tell me, all of you are enjoying the classes of mine? All of you, huh? All of you are enjoying the classes of mine? Beta, do not go anywhere. In the books, if you say na, books are very worthless. Don't. My notes will be sufficient for you. My notes will be sufficient for you, beta. You are a new, isliye therefore you do not know. I am giving which those students who are preparing since 3 years, 2 years, even for 4 years, they are not knowing all this, beta. If you ask low earth orbit, tell me something about low earth orbit. They can't say low earth orbit, maybe low earth orbit 400, 200 to 2000. This much of answer. Perhaps you know that since when the class started till now I am taking low earth orbit. Yesterday I have given the why it is 400 to 2000 meter. UPSC is asking this kind of question, and if you think of any books is explaining, better not it is explaining. Only in half page it is finished. Bhuvan is a geo portal program. I said that it is a Bhuvan is a geo portal, web portal. It is there. It is pictures are there, and some countries ask, sir, I need a picture of my country for soil. I need a picture for water resource. Then those are going there. Thank you, beta. Yes, I will provide you PDF notes, beta. Van Allen built beta, ask your doubt, I am here. Yes, tomorrow Geo and Mu I will finish, and also I will start with the PSLV, satellite launch vehicle. Everywhere, whatever you want, HISIS can do for you. Whatever you want, HISIS can do. Full form of NAVIC, NAVIC, Navigation of Indian Constellation. Tomorrow it will come. You ask me what I taught you today. Yes, we have ended beta. I can't start right now, otherwise it will go till 9:30 and then it is time to close the office. Beta, it is moving near to the polar orbits, satellites are moving near to the poles, and with it can be little inclination also, it can be little inclination also. I have shown you this picture that it can be little inclination also. It is in the polar orbit, it can have little inclination. Beta, I can't say how many classes right now, but I have started with the space technology. You are getting comfortable with me first. You can understand what the Pankaj sir is giving to you, and thereafter slowly and slowly you are coming to know, and then I'll increase the speed also. You will come to know, okay, Pankaj sir is teaching this one, and then already some notes are there. I can make my notes also, and accordingly I have to move. Most of the satellite in the low earth orbit, तभी अच्छा होगा, it will be very good when it is moving and always sunlight is there. The sun synchronous polar orbit, why most of the satellites in sun synchronous polar orbit? Because it is always moving in such a way that is synchronized with the sun, means always the sunlight is there and it is able to take the picture 24 into 365, means 24 hours 365 days. Beta, this is the question of geography, aurora form, but you can understand it is a collision of magnetic lines of force, and large number of magnetic lines of force near to the north pole and south pole, and when the solar magnetic lines of force come, they collide near to the north pole in very high amount and south pole near high amount. Therefore, in the north pole there is an aurora borealis in the upper atmosphere, and then it is, I said that aurora australis. Don't ask geography question, beta. Regional planning, you know that rural planning, urban planning is a part of regional planning. So suppose Bundelkhand is a region, Baghelkhand is a region, Malwa Plateau is a region, you know that if this is in a region, then under this region there are several cities, towns, districts, and the rural areas will come. So within the regional planning there will be whatever the planning will be made, so it will be followed by the cities and the rural areas. Beta, I do not give the exact picture. There is nothing as a transition line. You know that suppose I said, listen me, this is suppose this is Odisha is finishing and here the Andhra, this is Odisha and this is your Andhra Pradesh. So at the border suddenly you can't say that after crossing this border suddenly people will start speaking Telugu. This is the transition zone, and transition zone is little, I said that border area, and it is little larger. So we cannot say that 1600 kilometer like this, okay, it is a round figure we are talking about. Beta, they are the two belts of Van Allen belt, and do not go for this. You know that perhaps आप geography यदि आप देखो, listen me carefully beta. If I say that perhaps you read it is troposphere, suppose this is a troposphere, this is I said that stratosphere, this is I said that mesosphere, This is, I said that it is mesosphere, but it is, I said this is 0 to 15 kilometer, 15 to 50 kilometer, 50 to mesosphere 80 kilometer, it is 400 kilometer thermosphere, and above it is till 1000 kilometer, it is exosphere. Do not ask this question. You should be very good at, I said that what I am trying to say. I am not teaching geography. Perhaps you don't know that from the 60 kilometer onwards, ionosphere starts. And ionosphere means there is in itself also some magnetic lines of force. Ions are there, magnetic effects are there. But there is, I said that where is the highly charged particles are there which can affect the satellites, that is the most important. Clear? There is also ions, ionosphere, it is, I said that start from mesosphere itself 60 kilometer height till, I said, above. So what does it mean? Getting my point? So there could be here and there, it depends upon the density, charged particles, how much charged particles which can affect the equipments. Okay. If the particles are not highly charged, then it is not going to affect. Yes, both are moving in the longitudinal, both are moving longitudinal. Exact longitudinal नहीं होता है बेटा, there can be some degree of inclination, some degree of inclination can be there. Again I said that can be there, some degree of inclination can be there. Yes, satellite when it is parallel to equator, when it is moving parallel to equator, it is a latitudinal, and only satellite, only one form of latitudinal is equatorial plane, 0 degree latitude, there is no any other. All are somewhere crossing the all more in the IRS there is a longitudinal, sometimes it is little inclined, and when I will do geo there will be some equatorial will also come. Lots of yes, every day some I have said na, for we are maintaining, there is some kind of maintenance, how much its speed should be there, we are trying to maintain the speed. Sometimes if it is falling, sometimes if it is falling, then we will increase the speed so that it can remain in the orbit. So therefore we are paying, there is some cost is there every day. Not can be every day, maybe whenever the speed decreases we will have to go for it, but we are maintaining several satellites. So please, if you have seen like, if tomorrow will come with the geo, and you can leave now and don't ask further questions. So many questions are not required for the civil services preparation beta. And कल से एक अच्छे बच्चे की तरह आओ, enjoy करो, okay? Ask the question which is relevance for the topic. सर ये नहीं मुझे समझ में आया, ये नहीं समझ में आया, just ask these questions. Okay, enjoy. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time at 6 o'clock. Be there, and thank you. We call it polar orbit because only simply I said that it is moving north pole to south pole beta, therefore it is known as polar orbit. And polar area is little larger, it can be anywhere polar orbit, and it is little away from the poles also, it are polar, not longitudinal completely. So much knowledgeable all of you are. Again a question, polar orbit satellite takes the picture where the satellites are moving in the polar, everywhere it is moving in the different parts of the world. Here it is there, here. Polar orbit means satellites moving in the north pole to south pole. Okay, so good night to all of you.